Hello, people of the inner tubes. This is Dennis with the Grounded Reason Podcast News Update for today, September 7th. We have two items to talk about today. One actually broke last week before the holiday weekend, and it involves Plex and HD Home Run. For those that you don't know, Plex is a client-server media software, and basically it's two pieces. The Plex media server gets installed on a computer or some type of network-attached storage like Western Digital's MyCloud, for instance. You can use it to organize all your video and music content. Once you have that server piece installed, the Plex app allows you to watch all that content on various mobile devices, smart TVs, and streaming boxes. Now, the HD Home Run is a network-attached digital TV tuner. So it's not like a TV tuner that would just plug into your TV. For instance, you have an OTA antenna, you run a coaxial cable into a tuner, plug it into your TV. This is different. This allows you to take that coaxial cable from your antenna, plug it right into the HD Home Run, and then from the HD Home Run to your router, you connect an Ethernet cable, and you actually put that on the network, and then you can watch OTA television through a mobile device or your PC or various other devices using the HD Home Run app. Now, the two have come together to put together a really cool DVR package. Now, basically what you need to do is, if you have an HD Home Run, you subscribe to Plex Pass, and that gives you DVR access using your HD Home Run. So your Plex app will have all the DVR functionality in it. It'll be able to detect your HD Home Run on the network, and then you'll be able to schedule recordings and store that media on the device that you have the Plex media server installed on. Now, what's cool about this is they actually have some cloud functionality with Plex to where you can store stuff up in your Plex cloud and watch it. You can also, if you're a Plex Pass member, you can also share out your library to other friends and family. So they can actually watch some of the content that you have in your Plex cloud area. That's pretty cool. And I am going to be setting that up soon and testing it out. And I'll be sure to have an article on groundedreason.com about it. And I'll let Joel check it out too. And if Joel thinks it's cool, we'll probably do a Monday episode on it because I think it sounds pretty cool for the people out there that already have an HD Home Run or they have Plex and they want to experiment with an HD Home Run. It's a lot of synergy between the two products. Yep, that's right. I said synergy, people. So if you're out there playing office meeting bingo, then you can mark off synergy. Right now I have Circle the Wagons left along with low-hanging fruit on my card, so I'm waiting for those to come out, and then I will have bingo. So there again, that word for office meeting bingo out there is synergy. Okay, serious face. All right, back to what I wanted to talk about today. Google Fiber has been trying to go into Nashville. Now, I reported about a week ago that Google Fiber was having some, issues. The laying fiber in certain areas taking a bit longer than they expected, and they were going to switch to looking at some alternative technologies like millimeter wave. Perhaps that what's going on in Nashville and some other areas around the country is part of the problem. What's going on is when a new internet service provider or anyone really wants to access a utility pole to, say, put up fiber optic wiring, then they need to go through a pole attachment process to where the complicated process as it is right now is, say Google wants to go in, they need to submit a request to the utility that owns the pole that they're trying to attach the fiber optic cabling to, and then the utility reviews that request, and they're supposed to provide responses within 45 days. After that, all the companies that have wires attached to that specific pole that the request is in for need to be notified, and they're asked to rearrange their lines so the new company, so they'll have space. They need to rearrange their wiring, essentially, so there's space on the pole for the company that submitted the request to come in and put their wiring in. So basically, like, if you have 5 vendors on that pole, all 5 vendors need to get to that pole and basically work on it to set the wiring up so someone can so they can all make enough space so they can put the new wiring on the pole. Sounds like that is a logistical nightmare, and it is. According to Google, they have work to do on 44,000 poles. Now, of those 44,000 poles, 9,793 have been approved. Now, this is in Nashville, mind you. 9,793 have been approved. Of those that are approved from work, 33 poles have been fully completed. That's right. Out of the 44,000 poles that Google needs to access, only 33 have had the work done to where they can actually go in and attach the fiber optic cable. That sucks. That is just a way for the incumbent companies to stall and delay and force out competition from coming into the area. So kudos to Nashville here. They just got through their second round of voting on a reform bill that will reduce the time it takes to attach fiber, as Google says, it reduces it by about 8 months. So the reform bill that's going through will basically say an independent insured vendor can go out there and get all the wiring set up for someone to come in and for a new vendor to come in and install their fiber optic cable. So you don't have to wait for the however many companies that have interests in that pole to come out and do the job at their leisure. They can just have one vendor that's insured to come out and do it. Sounds like a brilliant idea. Sounds like a brilliant plan. Guess who doesn't like it? Yep, that's right. The incumbent ISPs that already have wiring out on that pole. They use this as a stall tactic all the time. They still need to get through the final vote, but they passed the second procedural vote of 3 to get it to the final vote, which is kind of news because usually this stuff gets tabled because of the strong lobbying interest that the newer startup ISPs have against them from the old world pay TV companies. I mean, this isn't an isolated incident. Laws like these exist everywhere, and these companies, the ISPs and pay TV, have, they're powerful companies with lots of great lawyers, and they can come into a city and keep, the laws have been crafted for them by lobbyists. So getting them off the books or coming up with reforms to fix the situation that we're in is difficult. So kudos really to Nashville for getting this vote to the floor for a final vote. So hopefully it'll go Google's way and they'll be able to streamline this process and greatly reduce the time it takes to put new fiber optic cable in. And while this is helping Google right now, if any new ISP wants to come in there and access those poles, it'll help them in the future. So this is good all around. And I really do wish that other municipalities and states will follow Nashville in this and try to get this pole attachment reform through. I mean, having this reform in really would create a little bit more of a more competitive environment for new companies to enter this market. Actually, interestingly enough, Joel and I on Monday will be talking about the state of internet access in the United States and what some of the issues are and how some of that could be fixed. And this pole attachment issue highlights many of the problems Joel and I will be discussing. We love getting your questions and comments, so please send them. You can email us at podcast at groundedreason.com. We want to start reading some questions and comments on the air, so feel free to go ahead and send us an email, and we might read it and respond to it on the show. You can always go to our Facebook page, and of course, you can always tweet at Grounded Reason, and we will be sure to respond. If you're enjoying the show, please give it a rating or a review on iTunes. That would really, really help us out in the rankings. And if you want to hear that episode on Monday where Joel and I discuss all the problems in the United States with internet access and bandwidth and speed and the monopolies that control all of that, then please hit subscribe and that episode will drop on Monday. We will see you then.